Hello everyone and welcome to another lovely Mitch the Preacher stream. Looks like the beta is up about 10 minutes early, which is great. A couple things to talk about before we start the stream. I am on baby duty at the moment, and that means that at any time I might have to switch on the Be Right Back screen and go tend to my daughter, and if you're all lucky, maybe I will bring Lily the dragon into the stream today and she can sit on my lap while we beta test this together, and maybe we'll ask her what she thinks of the stream so far. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. I've been notified that Liliana the dragon sounds more majestic. So Liliana the dragon it is. Alrighty, so we're going to pick back up where we left off. I think we're just over level 4, and we are investigating the water situation in the first town we've come to. It's been suggested that I throw in a little bit more kind of tips and tricks throughout the stream, and a little bit less of me just droning on about what I'm actually seeing on the screen, because obviously what I'm seeing on the screen is the same as what you're seeing on the screen, so I'll work on that. I do plan on putting together maybe a top 5 or a top 10 tips and tricks as we get closer to release on the 14th to kind of just prepare people better for the full release. And other people are on now too. Video is okay, so as I was saying in a previous video, I'm still figuring out my webcam setup. Right now I'm actually using my Panasonic G9 as a kind of, I guess, a live stream webcam. It's not quite as easy to do that as simply a webcam. The quality can be really good on it, but I'm still figuring that out. Alright, so we are to boil water using dirty water and wood fuel. Thirst things first. Trying to remember. There was a cook station. Oh, a couple things actually. I remember that Astrobia asked me after my last stream whether perk cards could in fact be subbed in and out at any time. So let's actually take a look at that. So...
Automated warning to all responders. Mr. Farmhands are out of control. Evacuate civilians.
So you can in fact change your appearance at any time. I think we knew that though.
Once they're dealt with, you'll have to reboot the server. Again.
Perks. So, that confirms it. I can in fact sub in at any time, does not require a level up. So that answers that, which is good. I was also instructed to throw my base down right away because it has a stash in it. So I might do that as well. I don't really need to take all the time in the world. I'm noticing this sometimes, that corpses loot takes a little while to load up, even if it's empty. Okay, so let's catch up and see where we left off. So, natural water is unsafe to drink, blah 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 blah. Boil water using dirty water and wood fuel. So let's find a food station. Oh, Radex, always helpful. Radex is for radiation resistance, whereas Radaway is for removing existing radiation poisoning. Wonder how difficult it is to throw down my camp and to build a little cook station. How about we find a quiet spot, maybe over by this lamb, or sheep, whatever it might be, and set our base down over there. please feel free to drop me a line in chat if if there is any particular questions or things you want me to test out. Happy to do that. I actually really enjoy the way that the game looks. Like, I watched that video, I forget what his name was, I'm not even if I remembered it I wouldn't say it, because I don't want to encourage anyone to go watch this video and feed this guy views. Basically just droned on and on and on about how it was 2018 and how different water effects and texturing and things like that aren't up to snuff, and yeah, okay, I get it, but at the same time I'd also just really like to enjoy the game, and not having a graphically superior game means that a lot more people can play it as well. And obviously this being multiplayer, unlike other Fallout games, a population is more important than any other game before it. So the technological entrance to play, I kind of like the fact that it's not so high. If you don't have some god mode PC running dual 2080s, if that's even a thing. I know you can run dual 1080s. Yeah. Okay, so tricky thing with the marker that I put down, and the fact that it doesn't automatically remove itself from my map. Oh. Where was that jewel? Is it's mountainous up here, which obviously I should have realized from the map. Okay, place marker. Place marker, cancel. No. How do I remove marker? Ah. Weird. Very good. Alright. Let's go to items. If I was a camp, where would I be? Ah, move camp. It's actually right at the bottom. It's not an item. So left bumper, once again, using an Xbox 360 controller. Most people have found that because you can't modify the keybinds yet, an Xbox 360 controller is actually the best way to play it on PC at the moment. Otherwise, all the buttons don't really make sense. Apparently, escape doesn't bring up the menu. It brings up the map. But anyway, left bumper. Drop my camp. Alright, so look at that. I got some atoms for deploying my camp. Activate your camp or hold, so I'm just going to hit build. Okay, so do I have the ability to throw down a food station? Cool. It just takes steel and wood and not a whole lot of it. The only thing is the terrain doesn't make sense at all. And plans to build this object. Tinker's Workshop, that looks wicked. That's new for Fallout 76. I think that's where you construct ammo. So let's start with the food station. The fire's kind of moving around. The build area is pretty decent. Build radius. Okay, this is flat-ish. This is probably going to look a little goofy. How goofy does it look? Yeah, it looks a little goofy. Oh well. Craft the station. So, we're going to boil some water. All drinks, 2 dirty water, and a wood. So, that should have satisfied that. Completed. Very good. Check in with self-serve kiosks, so all the way back to camp. That's okay. Let's go back to crafting, and let's make some other stuff as well. Of course, the base for all of these is boiled water. So I picked up some melon. It was either looted or randomly found on the ground because it kind of grows on vines. This is 15% water, health regen, and health. That's kind of nice. It does not say how long the health regen is on for, but let's make that and maybe we'll try it and see how it goes because I actually do need a little bit of healing. And my radiation is getting up there too. So, over to aid. Melon juice. It's mildly radiated because as much as Kesha disagrees from her investigations, you can't really just boil out the radiation. I'm actually thinking about making a science-based video on the effects of boiling radiated water. If anyone's actually interested in that, I'd love to hear whether that would be worth my time. Alright. So health regen. I think I can also go to my status to determine how long... View. Oh, right. That's actually another really good tip. If you press on the Xbox 360 controller, it's the back button while you're accessing your Pip-Boy, it can make it transparent, which is kind of nice because the game does not pause. This gives you a little bit more visibility of your surroundings. I will also use a RadAway because my radiation is getting up there. So, 30 minutes of very, very, very low-level health regen, but 30 minutes, that's pretty awesome. So if I just kind of putter around, I will slowly be regaining health. So that's helpful. Where the heck? Am I like picking up on a feral ghoul really, really, really far away? You'll also notice when I pull up my Pip-Boy, it's now saying that 5 caps I can move my camp, so it'll pack it all up. I think that things that you've built will pack up with it, and as you build out your workshop, it obviously will become more expensive to move it, because you're effectively creating a blueprint of your existing base. I'm actually going to test that out. I'm going to test that out right now, in fact. Okay, so that's having me move it just in the small radius here. What about if I actually wanted to... Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the right side of my camp is my stash box. So I'm actually going to store all my junk. Just going to drop my inventory a little bit here. The 400 weight limit on my camp at the bottom, that is a shared weight limit between your camp and your stash. I've heard mixed reports as to whether that stash limit is going to exist into release, or if it's just a beta thing to discourage people from simply hoarding things in their stash or their camp. Even Pete Hines himself, when tweeted, said that he did not know if that was actually going to stay that way come November 14th, or if that was going to become unlimited. Obviously in Fallout 4 it was unlimited. I had so much crap in my workshop at Sanctuary or Castle or wherever it was that I had my base set up at that time. Alrighty. Still curious about packing it up. Let's go back to the build menu, switch to modify. Oh, that's kind of neat too, the variants of the cook stations. Okay, this one probably would have looked and made a lot more sense than the whole like lit fire off-kilter Kitty Wonkus type thing over here. Anyway, let's go blueprints. Switch to modify. Hold blueprint. Cool. I've now made this a blueprint. Oh, I see. So you select all the items to build into a blueprint. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Grow selection. Right bumper. Doesn't want you to select the camp, but that kind of makes sense because the camp is your building block. It's your starting point. So, I've selected this. I should be able to create a blueprint. Create new. Oh, this is where I'll have to go back to my keyboard. So this will just be food station. I mean, realistically speaking, I don't have to create a blueprint for one single item because I can just construct it, but I'm still kind of feeling this whole building thing out to figure out how it works. I can otherwise store it, which probably makes more sense as well. So now I don't need the 2 wood and 2, what was it, metal? Switch to build. Now I have one stored, which is kind of nice. From the stored menu. Oh, also kind of neat, when you store something you can replace it with its variant. Huh, I like that. So I've actually changed my mind. I have now been able to place, and that sits a lot better than the larger one. I know it's still a little bit kind of off, but that's close enough. Oh, and apparently I placed it on Bloodleaf. Cool. Alrighty, I'm going to... Now, how do I pack it up? So that's still allowing me... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. There we go. Okay, I've packed it up. Now, how do I... Okay. Workshop menu, recent. I guess if I walk away out of my build radius... Okay, so I just hit left bumper and it moves my camp. So I don't actually have to pack up my camp. So, for better or worse, let's continue. Let's check in with the self-serve kiosk. Pick up some silk beans and some soot flowers and some rhododendron. The survival elements in the game are lighter, from what I understand, or what I've experienced so far, than the survival mode in Fallout 4. The food and drink decreases considerably slower than Fallout 4 survival mode. So it forces you to be conscious of food and drink, but I don't think that it dominates gameplay. Oh, what do we have here? Let's go for a headshot. Boom! Oh, hello. Okay, take it easy. I wonder if my perk for melee weapon damage also affects the bash damage of my guns. That's something I'll have to look into. Where did the second body go? It seemed like they fell... Oh, there he is. Bandage scissors. He's not doing very well. Alright. Back to it. A boot. A boot. That's how we Canadians say it. See that I've got 3 viewers. Hello, hello. Feel free to say hello in the chat so I know who's joining us.
Initialize scanning code.
Some rad roaches. Some ghoul. Oh, some scorched rather. Cafeteria trays now. Are these the ones that have aluminum? Because if they are, you want to pick them up. But I've always found aluminum and adhesive are absolute gold. They're worth more than gold from a practical standpoint. In typical Fallout fashion, I just loot absolutely everything at the start. Antifreeze. I hear a rad roach. I'm going to find him and end him. Bam! Oh, tough bugger. Usually when you get near these, they are radioactive. That's interesting. Screwdriver. Oh, there's some duct tape. Always look at these cork boards. They will quite often have duct tape. It's very strange for the aluminum can to be kind of teetered on this little edge, but yeah, always take a look at these pegboards for duct tape. They are quite common. Oh, a little bit of ammo. A rad? Oh, that's graphic. A rad bear on top of a little ginger Snuggles. And loose screws. Nice. I have often found that in Fallout game, or at least Fallout 4. I'm trying to remember if Fallout 3 and New Vegas played around with teddy bears, but teddy bears you'll often find in very compromising positions. I remember finding a couple that were pretty cute. They were just like sitting in a chair with glasses on or a funny hat or something like that. And then you get the 69 bears. And that little ginger Snuggles would have probably become quite radioactive in that compromising position, let me tell you. Alright. Let's get back to it. As I said in my previous stream, Fallout games are notorious. What do we have here? Is that a player? Who the hell is this?
Okay, trade.
He said traveling super mutant merchant. Well, that's interesting. What does he have for
I'll find someone soon.
a machete?
I
Well, that's
know
kinda-
it.
Prospector's hat. Oh, I do like that hat, but that's half my money. Camo bandana, wood armor. Once again, in my last video, I thought it was really cool that they've got wood armor in. Some 8 bobby pins are apparently rare, but I think I've got 2 so far. But
Charlie
Haven't
the
really got into that.
Moo
Some
picks all the good
plans.
spots to trade.
ooh, light combat
Promise.
armor, quite expensive, way beyond what I can afford. Treated lining casual under armor. Oh, look at that product placement. Got some Under Armour in the game already. Oh, some bulk items. Cool. 3 flares. Right, that reminds me. I picked up a... He's pretty cool. I picked up a flare gun in my last playthrough.
You have been selected.
Oh shit! Whoops. That was dumb. We're good.
Moo leg better not snap. Don't want to carry heavy stuff myself.
Moo leg? I don't even know what he's talking about. He's talking crazy. I definitely thought that grenade was going to make him go hostile. I'm guessing you have to be quite deliberate, or maybe once again it's because I haven't hit level 5 yet, so PvP in a way hasn't enabled itself. I'm noticing in the bottom right corner that I am hungry. Let's get back to the self-serve kiosk and then we'll check out our food situation. Got some wood on the way. Put your gun away. Responder corpse. Okay. So, my volunteer status. Gotta complete one more experiment to become a full volunteer, oh boy. So, find Delbert Winters in Flatwoods and search for Delbert Winters in the People Directory. Okay. Let's find Delbert. A morale officer and a chef. Cooking, preaching, and morale. That's kind of like me. Runs the Flatwoods Kitchens and Potluck. Trains survivors in food safety. So we went from Kesha, who was on water safety, to Delbert, who was on food safety. So if thirst things first, I'm guessing we're going to get a food pun for the second one. Oh, second helpings. Look at that. Oh, chemistry workbench. And a recipe for armor lining. Oh, level 5 PvP is now a thing. Let's open our perk. So, you have reached level 5. Combat with other players enabled. Okay. Work together, all damage is ignored. Team up, trade, or attack with strangers. And kill or be killed, no damage reduction for enemies. Okay. So once again, I'm going to put a point in intelligence because I really like the crafting. So better stim packs, hacking skill, which I haven't encountered yet, or licensed plumber, pipe weapons break 30% more slowly and are cheaper to repair. If I'm working with my hunting rifle, I've actually kind of moved past pipe weapons already. So I think I'm going to put it into hacking. And it doesn't look like I get perk cards every level. I think it's every 2 or 3 levels. I guess we'll find out when I hit level 6. Hacker, Expert Hacker, Master Hacker, each increase your skill by 1. Equip all 3 in order to hack level 3 terminals. Okay. Right, I'm hungry. Oh, and I'm hungry and thirsty now. Okay. Let's take some shelter in the rain and figure out our food and drink situation. I can hear that super mutant walking around town now. Hopefully someone isn't shooting him. Okay, so this should be a good amount of food. I don't really necessarily need it for the health of carry weight right now, but let's see what else I've got. Crispy squirrel bits, a little bit of radiation. I've cooked this cat steak, delicious. Let's take that. So mole rat has been cooked. Okay, that puts me in a better shape for food. Let's try and sort out our drink. And in the interest of speed, let's just take some purified water. Sure, I'll take that. Break it down. Oh, I've heard good things. Let's see if I'm a winner. I think the odds of it actually getting it are like 1 in 400 or something. Well, I did not win. Maybe next time. Alright, let's take a look at our map and see where Delbert Winters is. Oh, he's right on this. Whoa, you take it easy there, Chiefy. Not a very nice thing to do. Who's next then?
Tonight, we bring you
right,
the
this is the
final
radio
chapter
show, or
of
the radio drama.
Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flat Woods. In the last episode, pioneer scout
I'm
Fred
actually
Fisher
going
met a
to
curious girl.
Stop this. And I see that this guy is going to be a dink. That's okay. Oh, would you look at that? Delbert is dead. He's actually in fairly good shape considering he's been dead for quite some time. Oh, a throwing knife and a burnt textbook. Psycho. What would a reverend have psycho on him for? I guess we'll find out.
Reverend Delbert Winters here, born and raised in this very town. Lent my own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. The responders are on a true mission, you see. Helping folks through thick and thin, till the heavens open up again and take us all up anyways. When this all happened, I figured like most it was time. This was the end, but it wasn't, was it? We're still here. At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrongs. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to been thought. So I asked him. I asked how? Why? I fought your wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them up there by your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass behind a dumpster. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried but got sick, they said, covered in their own filth.
Well, that makes sense.
I realized right then and there that I was being tasked. From then on, I built kitchens, cooked good food, fed anyone who walked up with an empty belly, and I was thankful for my task in life. Thankful. Next time hell or high water land in my stoop, I'll be swept clear away with it. But till then, let's share a home-cooked meal together, all right?
See a recipe for Delbert's sunshine oil here. Kind of interested in what the heck that means. Can I view it? I can learn it. I can inspect it. It's just a item texture though, it doesn't actually... Okay, well then let's learn it. And then the next time we're by the cooking station, we'll take a look at what sunshine oil is. So while we're at it, leather armor lining, chemistry workbench, cardboard standees, water pump is obviously an important one, healing salve. Cool. So I do like the fact that when you learn a recipe or a plan, it disappears from your inventory. I'm a little curious as to why it had to be learned in the first place, but I guess from a realism standpoint, sure, you pick up a letter that says to do something, and when you read it, you learn how to do that. But, and it also kind of mentally reminds you that you know those things, but if you forget that they're in your notes section, you're going to think that you know how to make something when you don't, so keep that in mind. Why is someone killing the Brahmins? Okay, survivor's basic ribeye steak, get some meat from one of the local cows. Oh, I see. That's why people are killing the Brahmin for the meat. Toss it on the fire until it stops oozing. Well, that's accurate. Oh, sunshine oil. So, sunshine oil, chop up some potatoes into cubes. Moonshine helps get you to sleep, but sunshine oil keeps you awake and regular, extra regular. Huh. Interesting, okay. It's kind of a stew of sorts? Ribeye every day. Curious as to how they were able to keep ramen if they kept killing them. Ribeye steak for days. Whew, that is a lot of reading. Perhaps I will come back for that, because... yeah. Let's continue. Oh, also, once again, whenever you're in terminals, make sure at the bottom of the screen where it says exit, that there's not another button that says eject holotape. TV ain't working. I have equipped the flare gun that we found last time. I'm curious as to what it does, so I'm just going to fire off a flare into the sky. It's stuck in the sky. Apparently it's a flare gun that shoots drone flares. Huh. That is interesting. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, you poor innocent animal. Someone call PETA. PETA! Okay. Well, apparently I'm over encumbered by that steak. Build a stash box at your camp to store excess items. I actually didn't think I needed to build the stash box. Thought the workbench actually operated as one anyway. Salt and pepper. That seems handy. No one minds that I'm taking all of the cooking utensils. So sunshine oil. Yeah, it's just a jar of goop. Food. Ribeye steak. Some wood for the fire and Brahmin meat. 15% food. And, oh, So Brahmin as well as Radstag both give you the carry weight bonus. Kind of nice. So now cooked ribeye steak. And I'm not over encumbered anymore. Oh, yes I am. Free cooking lessons. Just said Flatwood Tavern parking lot. Okay, so this is saying how Delbert was giving out lessons. His famous Appalachili corn pone? Like cone pone? Cram burgers. Definitely meat. Well, probably at least some of it. Well, yeah, I guess that's the canned cram. Cram, baked beans and cram. Kindly refer to your local friendly responder for details and class schedule. And back to the self-serve. Oh, spices. Salt, pepper, and spices. I'm gonna make delicious food. Then I have to drop my camp again. Drop all my junk. Hooray! I'm now a full-blown volunteer. So that probably completed second helping. Contact the responders using the database. Which is not this one, it must be the one in the church. Whoop. So I can log in as a volunteer now, not just a guest. Large horde of Scorches on the move and might be headed for our main base at Morgantown Airport. Bring weapons and medical supplies. Alright. Let's do it. Let's sort out our over-encumbrance first, though. Oh, and I just learned how to make a hunting rifle as well, so that's handy. Final departure. Doesn't seem to want me to be able to build a base in the middle of town near existing locations. Okay, that's fine. How far from an existing location must I be? Oh, crap. I've run out of action points. Oh. Apparently that's close enough. So yeah, you can totally build your camp right next to like an existing structure and just expand on that existing structure. Just don't really know how the pack-up process works, but yeah. Transfer all my junk. Cool. Let's try and find a weapons... The church, I think, had a weapon armor workbench that I can break down some weapons and armor and free up some of this encumbrance I have encountered. Don't really need to build workstations in this town because I think that this town has a couple of each type. As you'll see, I'm not losing action points anymore because I'm not over-encumbered. Oh, missed it. Oh, terminal. Kitchen. Flatwoods Tavern purchase order history. Oh god. Oh god, no, that's not how you do it, man. That's not how you do it. There's loose caps. Sure, I'll pick those up. Who goes there? Part 1. I will take. I will not play, though. Figure out some sort of audio log or something to play the other holotapes and record them for anyone who actually wants to listen to those. I mean, I do want to listen to those, but just not right now. Snub-nosed 44. Let's check this terminal and see if there's any recipes or anything to learn. Oh, volunteer training program. Play holotape. So I can eject that and take it with me. And diagnostics. That seems awfully warm for a refrigerator and freezer. Oh well. Volunteers should donate tato soup and ribeye steak. Oh, the bugs are that they can't actually detect any of that anyway. So, I'm guessing this was like some sort of donation box. Oh well, it says milk. I remember these from previous Fallouts as well. Yeah, I don't think those refrigerators... Oh god! Oh god, what are you doing in there? Responders plead and day tripper.
Someone please help me!
It's a
Please let me out!
It's a good recording. He got locked inside the refrigerator.
Please!
That seems awfully deliberate that he got
Don't
locked
leave me
and
here!
padlocked in the refrigerator.
Please!
Oh, some throwing knives.
I'll give you anything you want!
Target practice stuff going on
Money?
there.
Yeah! You want camps? My life savings! I'll tell you where it is! Go to the graveyard behind the church. The rightmost grave. Stand on it. Walk directly across the river. Halfway up the hill. There's a small clearing. My savings are in an old stump. A little bit off the right, I swear! Please! Don't leave me here, please! I'm begging you, please!
Okay, that's actually really interesting. If you didn't see the subtitles or hear that, he's actually told us the location of his life savings, and it's behind the church. From a gravestone, we walk a certain distance. Let's go check that out. That's really neat. So, church. I like stuff like that. Like, I was completely surprised by that. I thought that was just going to be a funny little holotape of him being trapped in the fridge, but it turns out he's actually telling you effectively where to find treasure. So, go to the graveyard, rightmost grave. Let's grab that hatchet while we're at it. Wood pile, sure. Oh, an army helmet. Look at that. Rightmost grave, cross the river, half up the hill, find a stump. Let's do it. Oh, here's the splashing water that YouTuber that I was telling you about was so furious about. I think he said that Mario Sunshine had better effects. Like I give a crap. I'm crossing the river. Give me a break. Okay, up the hill halfway, I will find a stump. Looking for a stump. Oh. Boom. Look at that. A reminder to myself. 20 caps and a 10 mil pistol that I can now use. Brilliant.
Reminder to myself. The responders are good people. They're trying their damn best, for sure. Things aren't good, and stuff is getting worse. Anyway, this is a reminder to myself. A reminder that this gun, it's my insurance. Things get real bad if the food runs out or the water runs dry. I get to decide how I leave this goddamn world. I'm not gonna let myself suffer. I'm not gonna die hungry and alone. Can't.
So, much less damage than the hunting. Oh, what do we got here? What do we got? What the hell are those? That is one badass beaver. Huh. I'm finding most of the animals in the game, although it identifies them as red, they're passive. So unless I'm desperate for food, I don't really want to kill them if they don't attack me first. Live and let live, right? Am I right? It's the motto of Fallout games, right? Not at all. I am glad that that guy stopped shooting at me like a fool. So the 10mm pistol, traditional weapon, been in the Fallout series forever. Its appearance has definitely changed throughout the years, but it's kind of a staple gun. Huh? So how far is this airport? Sutton. Is Sutton on the way? Ooh, that airport is a good distance away. I guess we'll go to Sutton first. For personal matters, which I think is where the Overseer has made her way. Look at that golden hour. See, I think the water looks fine. Alright, before I leave this town though, I probably should go to and find a weapon and armor workbench. Oh, shotgun shells. I don't have a shotgun yet, but Sophie.
Is this thing on? Great. Hello, survivors of this garbage dump. I'm Sophie, and this is my
Right. We've
survivor
listened
story.
to Sophie's story before.
This dumb shit go. Oh yeah.
And now
Before
I'm
the
over-encumbered
bombs,
again.
I was a librarian, and now I can read everything
Okay,
all the
that's
time.
lovely, Sophie.
Whee! Look at me! I'm lucky. Wait, no. Maybe there's one of those farmers who prepared for the end times. Some sort of religious thing. Yeah, that's right.
Don't play that. Nope, I want to stop it. Okay, I played the animation to play it, but it has stopped, so mission accomplished.
This dumb shit go. Oh yeah. Before the bombs, I
Never
was
mind.
a librarian, and now I can read everything all.
There we go. Okay. I'm losing AP again because I'm over encumbered again. Probably picking up that Brahmin skull, which I don't even know what the components of the Brahmin skull are that would interest me. Oh, duct tape. Hubcap, gear. Gear probably wasn't particularly light either. Okay, where is the workbench? Ooh, more shotgun shells. Last will and testament of Jeremiah. Resident town of Flatwoods, being of sound mind and not acting under duress, mostly hereby declare this letter to be my last will and testament. Mia gets the house and everything in it. Oh, it's a long read. So he suspects someone took his daughter. Fusion cells. Why can I not take those shotgun shells? More 308. Excellent. Oh. Terrible. This is like a little memorial to his daughter. Or his granddaughter, I think is what he said. Mutant Hound Stew. Interesting. When I encounter mutant hounds, I can pick them up now. Beer bottles. Don't see any weapons. A lantern. The alarm clock, I'm pretty sure, has stuff that I've always remembered being of value. Always pick up alarm clocks. Desk fans. Like I said before, if you ever hear wind chimes, seek them out, because the aluminum in the wind chimes are handy too. Oh, you little bastard. I don't know if you're bugged into the wall or not, but you're dead now. cigarette carton and followed 4. Cigarette carton had decent value for purchasing, or for selling, I should say.
Automated warning to all responders. Mr. Fanpans are out of control.
First
Evacuate
lockpick, and
civilians.
whoa,
And tip down
whoa.
those supervisors. Once they're dealt with, you'll have to reboot the server.
Stand still.
Boom, get out of here. So that was another thing that some people have complained about, is that Protectron just kind of popped up out of nowhere. I'm not making my over-encumbrance situation any better here. So if I'm a little hungry, I can take one of those radstag meats, take advantage. Sure. Look at that. I'm not over-encumbered anymore. Let's find a food station before that effect wears off. Not a food station. A weapon workbench. Armor workbench. Something. Run! Run! There they are. Always take them. Okay, this is a chemistry one. That doesn't help me too much. Anyone remember? Oh, here we go. Mentats and pre-war money. So we got another chemistry station. I thought this was an armor one up here. Armor, weapons, Bueller. That's weird. That rad roach looks totally alive, and it is totally dead. Ooh, up the steeple? Is that what it's called? Oh, nice little viewpoint. The Colonel.
Hi. Dasa asked me if I would talk about, how I got here. She asked everybody, so I said okay. My name's Colonel, and I'm 13 years old. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. The bombs and the messed up people and the cows with 2 heads and all of it. That was bad. Just bad. I cheated on my spelling test. I kicked Chip Wilkins in the shins until he cried. I pushed Rosie McCloy down the stairs. I cut holes in the bottom of all the gym shorts, and I put glue in the mashed potatoes in the cafeteria.
Oh, gross.
I told Harold Newell to eat
bastard.
10 dead flies a day in order to grow muscles, and I put Nuka-Cola in the rat cage water bottles at the pet store. And, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about everything. Because my dad said if I wasn't this way, the bad things wouldn't happen. I haven't seen Daddy since the bombs, and I guess he left because of that, too. It's okay. I'm trying to be good now, though.
Here we go. Armor. Cool. Oh, armor and weapons.
I'm
No,
not old
just
enough
armor.
to be a volunteer, but Dawson said I could help collect food and water, so I'm getting better, I promise. And, Daddy,
There we go.
if you're listening, I promise I won't be bad anymore, so you can come back now. Okay? Okay. Bye.
Well, he was a pretty terrible kid. I noticed that eyeglasses do not give a perception bonus the way they used to. So keep that in mind. They are purely aesthetic. Oh, I didn't end up actually equipping the right arm after I remade it. Whoops. Oh, I can use the meat hook now, which is kind of neat. See if I can modify the meat hook as well. Nobody needs this many pipe action pistols. Bolt action, I should say. Good damage on them, though. It's the same as the hunting rifle, I guess. And I think the hunting rifle works way better. And is cooler. The hunting rifle, for me, it... Basically every Fallout, since you could do what you can do in this game in terms of modifying it, which I think was just Fallout 4, has been to take the hunting rifle all the way from the start of the game, basically right to end game, turning it into what was known in Fallout New Vegas as the anti-material gun, or anti-material rifle, which is just an absolutely demolishing badass sniper rifle. I think that by the time you get it to anti-material rifle, it's using like 50 cal rounds. It's pretty awesome. But all that to say, let's get rid of some of this other junk. Getting lots of good stuff with wood, cork, rubber, and steel from these. Value seems to be a pretty good indicator of what to scrap first, generally speaking. Like a 5 cap value pipe revolver is not worth squat. This is a higher maximum condition, so I will... I actually have the heated version of the pitchfork now, so I'm going to break this one down too. I might put that jumpsuit on. Oh, it wasn't a pipe version of it. It was actually the proper version of this. This is a sweet little gun. I'm going to set that as a favorite as well and bounce between this and the hunting rifle and the 10mm. 2 walking canes, they're virtually identical. Cool, that's got me considerably lower. Let's actually switch to craft mode. So still just light armor, which I have all, just this time I'm going to remember to actually equip the piece. Right arm. Okay, my jumpsuit. So also important to note, it seems like the jumpsuits are purely cosmetic as well. They used to have effects. The like Volt 111 jumpsuit would give you like an intelligence boost and things like that. These do not. But in the... Oh, that's very interesting. I was about to say in the interest of role-playing, I'll put the paramedic jumpsuit on. I am now simultaneously wearing the Volt 76 jumpsuit and the paramedic jumpsuit. Knit cap. Okay, so I'll put the helmet on. Huh. Helmet doesn't have any damage resistance either. Can I modify the... Oh, can I modify the helmet? No. Interesting. Helmets were definitely modifiable in previous Fallouts in terms of what you could actually add into them, padding and whatnot. Weird. Oh, and it looks like I'm thirsty again. Oh, there's a leather right arm that I can pretty much just immediately scrap. Cool. Let's take a look at that snub nose. Boom. Love that animation. I'm going to set it as a favorite as well. How many favorites does it allow you to have? So, snub nose, hunting rifle, heated pitchfork, 10mm. Yet it only bounces between the two. Press up. Hunting rifle, frag, throw, heated pitchfork, psycho tats. I don't remember setting that as a favorite. Must have happened by accident. I do like that in this radial dial it does show you condition, which is kind of nice. Okay. All 3 of the supervisors have been killed, which means I can just rush the targeting parameters and finish that public event. Whatever. Let's go do it. See what kind of rewards we get. I think that they give atoms, so having more atoms is always fun. Oh, I'm just noticing I actually am thirsty enough that my action points have been affected. So let's take some purified water again. Or what else do I have? Sure, let's take some whiskey. No problem.
Alert. Possible source of compostables detected.
Oh, I'm seeing some significant frames, some FPS dips there. And that is why I destroy robots, because there's a chance they drop aluminum. So once again, aluminum is frickin' gold. So never hesitate. I'm surprised no one has gone in here to do the last part of this public event yet.
Scanning. Testing supernatural and target.
Spoiled vegetables, don't want to go taking that.
Continuing composting operations.
Healing salve, 26%. That's pretty good.
Warning, do not interfere with vault tech duties.
So I don't want that one just yet. I want the one that's actually inside here. I have to go downstairs by the looks of it.
Welcome to the vault tech farm.
Where's the downstairs? Here's the upstairs. What goes up must go down. If I find a weapon workbench, I wouldn't. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Downstairs. Oh, I just realized I've blown all of my 44 ammo. Whoops. Back to hunting rifle. There it is. Whoa, left behind. Take that, bugger. Note to Mac. Scorcher seen over by Tilly's farm, staying with us now. Haven't heard from them in weeks. The men are at Morgantown, right? Because that's where we're being summoned to. Oh, hey Mike. Playing this game, having never played a Fallout game before, I feel like a complete fish out of water, but liking what I see so far. Gotta get used to all the controls and stuff. That's crazy. I didn't know that you hadn't played a Fallout game before. That's awesome. I'm really glad that you're enjoying that beta key then. Because yeah, you wouldn't really know what to make of it, but I hope that you are enjoying what you've played so far. Change targeting parameters. Remove human class. Good. Stop attacking humans. Weird, the computer just gave me a piece of armor. Okay, so what do I get from this public event? The verdict is... purified water, some 38 rounds. Oh, a special leather chest piece. That's awesome. That's my first unique piece of armor. Being hit in melee generates a stealth field once per 30 seconds. That's really neat. So no atoms, but like an elite piece of armor. Epic. Legendary? Legendary. Oh, my first bobblehead. So bobbleheads in this game are temporary. They give you a certain effect. So 1 hour. Always be prepared to explain. Oh, I did not even have enough time to read that. I guess it's an aid under bobblehead. Yes. So gives you an additional hacking guess for an hour. Interesting. Kind of lackluster, to be honest. Fire cap. Starlight berries. Some unique toxic water. Don't think I'd want that. Pretty sure you can't even boil away toxic water. At least acid. Let's collect it though and see what it gives me. Oh, it gives me toxic water. I'm curious as to what I would use that for. Fertilizer, antiseptic and acid, chemistry station. Let's see what all of this stuff can make. So I can turn acid and cloth into gunpowder, which I believe you use on a tinkering workstation to make ammo. I can split my existing stim packs into diluted stim packs. Still haven't figured out what the advantage that is. And I can make raw fertilizer. I might as well, I'm not going to eat my spoiled vegetables, so I'm going to turn them into fertilizer, because I think it cuts the weight down considerably. Cool. Lightweight welded left leg. Little damaged, but is it an improvement? So when you select another item in your inventory, it will give you pluses. If it is better, this is 3 pluses on each category, which is considerably better than my current left leg. Okay. You bugger. Where did that come from? Well, that was weird. Let's go back to what we were doing. So both of these are better than my existing items, but their condition is a little beat up. It's okay though. Sounds awfully close. Ooh, I see a desk fan. Always take the desk fan. Oh, and a bottle of my desk as well. That sounds right beside me, but it's actually taking place upstairs. Alright, let's make our way to Sutton. Alright, we wanted to find a weapons workbench. Maybe we'll find a weapons workbench on the way to Sutton. Let's do that. Appalachia. off to Sutton. Which is to the east. Oh, there's another event there. That's okay. Was that another player? Yes, it was. Okay. Trying to remember what it was that I just made that gave me a little bit of health over the course of 30 minutes. I'm sure... Alright, I probably should, before I go venturing off from water, let's collect some dirty water that we can then... Okay. They definitely swarm you without warning. Obviously, they're not going to be like, hey, come to attack you. I'm just getting used to being radioactive, it would seem. Oh, a possum bacon gives you luck. I think I noted that last time, but I still find that funny. Let's drink some beer. There we go. And let's continue to Sutton. I'll get some water when I get there, I'm sure. Right? Does that make sense? Yeah, there's water next to Sutton. It's actually a road by the looks of it. Let's just follow the road. Although that's not usually the best course of action. Looks like there's a road, or is there... Oh, it's the highway way up there. Jeez. Well, let's follow that then. Oh, is that an opossum again? Oh, no, that's a scorched. In slow motion. Gotcha. If you just saw that, that Scorched actually looted that other Scorched body for its weapon. So yeah, these Scorched, they are semi-intelligent. Decent quality machete, I can break that down. Getting a little rocky here. If you've played any Bethesda games, you know that you will often find yourself climbing up a mountain at like a 70-degree angle. Let's stick to the base of this highway and just try and skirt it. Oh. Some creepy crawly sounds there. Yep, there's a caution. There are enemies nearby. Oh, got a little house up here. Let's check it out. Nice thing about going up the mountains is we're obviously gaining all sorts of sight lines. Bloat flies. Ah, you'll see level 6 I got a perk, so it's every 2 levels I suppose. I don't really want to waste ammo on bloat flies. course, they are going to hit me. Like I was saying before, VATS is super handy in melee to make sure that you're actually hitting your target. What do we got here? Oh, come here, little bastard. Oh, some ghouls in here. Come at me, brah. Duct tape, brilliant. I definitely heard, oh, I saw a second ghoul. I know he's around. The ghouls attacking the bloatflies? Oh, perfect. Yes, they are. Another neat thing, I haven't encountered this yet, but there are certain... Oh, hold on just a moment. I will be right back. And I know this game doesn't pause, so this will be interesting. I might actually log out for just a moment. Bear with me. If I'd unmute my microphone, we'd be back even sooner. So, we have a little guest star, Liliana the Dragon. Like I said at the start of the stream, this is my daughter. There was a good chance she was going to wake up while I was playing around, so let's jump back in and see if she is okay with playing some Fallout 76 beta with us. Yeah, that's the controller. Maybe we'll point the camera down and make her the star this time. That may or may not work. Let's readjust this strategically. There we go. Say hi to everybody. Liliana the dragon. Okay, jumping back in. So I'm still at that location, the resort. Hi, Mike. It just kind of respawned me just outside the resort, but I'm still basically at that spot. And these ghouls are like stalking me. Get some. Gotcha. Ooh, he had wonder glue. Lots of these ghouls have adhesive on them. That's great. Alright, let's continue on our way, shall we? On to... So we can now stay on this road, I think, and take a right to Sutton. Yeah? Oh, I hear enemies. What do I hear? Ooh, looks like we've got our first Mire Lurks. Oh no, Liliana the dragon has revealed herself as just Liliana. Let's take down Mire Lurk. Quite well armored, you'll see. Let's switch to a gun and make shorter work of this. About 2 minutes. She just will. Gotcha. 10 different kinds of creatures. Whoa, 40 atoms. That's pretty decent. So that's got me over 300 atoms. Oh, right. I leveled up as well. So that was something I just discovered. If you have VATS activated, your kind of pistol whip, your gun melee strike will not work. So remember to turn off VATS if you're trying to pistol whip someone. Oh, you wanna use the controller too? Woo! Oh, big yawn from Liliana. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, this is one of those petrified corpses. Remember, if you're going to interact with those, to give them some distance because they are radioactive when they crumble. One thing well, many things, but one of the things I'm noticing more recently by the moment is that you spend a lot of time radioactive in this game. Oh, and look at that. Here we are. Friend request. Who do we got here? Press and hold. Oh, that's press and hold. Start. Friends. Accept friend request. Nice. Oh, rad. Rad rats. Well, they're gross. I think they might even be more gross than the mole rats. It's a rad rat. It's a naked rad rat. Oh, got some 10 mil rounds. Oh, some more duct tape. Duct tape. Jangles the moon, monkey. Fits in that footlocker, does it? Oh, some 44 rounds. Body shop note. Let's read the body shop note. Whoa, that's a lot of text. I will allow you to pause that and read it. Oh, hey, Arna. Welcome, welcome. Got Liliana the dragon, who's just Liliana at the moment because she threw her dragon hat away. Oh, and I'm being attacked. Ooh, a mangy rad rat butt. That's Bad rats sound disgusting. Braxa cleaner. Whoop. Got some soap. A saw. Hello. Yeah, it's my microphone. You want to say hello? Say hello. Can't hear me, eh? Can anybody else in chat say if they can hear me? Mike, are you still around? Oh, take it easy there, pupper. Liliana the dragon, she gonna fly away? Oh, Mike can hear me, no problem. That's on my end. Bee's house don't have sound. Oh, right, okay. Well, no problem. All good. Ha. Oh, I hear a radio. Oh, we're supposed to go in this house. Kick open a door. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Blast Radius board game has nuclear material in it, which sometimes is useful. Sugar. Oh, purified water. That's handy. I haven't actually seen any use for salt, pepper, and spices yet, but I'm guessing it's to like enrich food quality eventually. Oh, a recipe. Mega Sloth Tenderloin. I have no idea what a Mega Sloth even is. What do we got here? Some more pen and pencil. So we're still being directed upstairs. Let's go to it. Some nice pictures of the street. Oh, there's a cap stash there. Little fiddly. 19 caps, nice. Oh, since I'm already over encumbered, I'm going to pick up this typewriter because it always has good parts, as do the telephones. If you have the room for it, always pick up telephones, alarm clocks, and typewriters. Oh, here we go. Overseer's Journal. And some gumdrops. Let's hold out. Oh, imported Chinese panda. So I guess the fun twist on this game is going to be that there's not just teddy bears, but we've seen imported Chinese pandas. We saw a rad bear, which was pretty cute. Oh. Atom Bomb Baby. This song was from the Fallout 4, one of the Fallout 4 trailers back in the day. VTU, so that's Vault-Tec University. All good? All good? Little cough cough? TNT. Composite skis. Globe accordion. Oh, I wonder if I can play the accordion. Catch the Commie board game. That's awesome. Burnt Grognak comic. Let's actually see if burnt stuff is junk now. I thought before it actually had no beneficial thing at all and it was just like a miscellaneous item. And it is still. It has a value of 1 cap, but no one's going to give you that. So let's actually drop this stuff. Cool. And level up while we're at it. And let's open up our perk pack. Inspirational, pick lock, oh good. Hard bargain, traveling pharmacy. You hear about the man who sells dynamite? Business is booming. Oh ho 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 ho, that's a good one. Excellent. Glad you've got sound now. hopefully in time for that funny. Cool. Let's put a point in endurance, because one thing I remember reading is that you want to get to the perk that removes radiation from food and drink as quickly as you can. Drinks quench an additional 25%, that's handy. Chance to catch a disease. Lead belly. So this is the perk I was talking about. This is the one you want to level up as quickly as you can. So I'm going to take that. This 30% reduction, even at rank 1, is very useful. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What was that? Weight of all chems reduced, so that's good. I mean, that is my only other strength, so might as well. What else do I got here? Perception, you okay? Yeah, you okay? So I can sub in my pick locking ability whenever I want, so if I encounter a lock, I can actually sub in pick lock for concentrated fire, but for now I'm going to leave concentrated fire in. Astrobia is playing, so he probably isn't watching the stream, but once again, if you missed it earlier in the video, you can swap out your perk cards at any time, not just when you level up. Oh, and I've actually received my first perk that I don't have the level for. That's interesting. Buying and selling at vendors is better, so that's okay. Endurance, I don't have any cards for it yet, so I'm going to put that in immediately. Charisma, I don't have any cards yet at the moment, so when you're on a team, I gain 5% more experience. Cool. She's good. Yep. Oh. What filters would I be filtering? Oh, cool. So when you end up getting lots and lots of perks in a particular stat, you can filter by rank, cost, and what the actual special stat is. So that's cool. So I'm getting, I now have 3 different perception cards, but that's fine. Alrighty. Let's pick up that, do a bear collection at some point. Letterman's jacket and jeans. Ski, West Virginia. Voltech University poster. Oh, there's a Voltech certificate. What does it say here? A testimony of approbation of exemplary department been compiled with. So I think this is actually a... Oh no, it is a diploma from VTU. Just can't really read what it's for. Alright, let's listen to Overseer's Journal Entry 2. And I should have actually played it, not just viewed it. Okay, let's find it. Entry 2. I do like that the little star symbol, I think, shows up for hollow entries you haven't read yet, so that's good.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm home. Sorry it's been so long, but I couldn't get away. I know neither of you is around to hear this, but I miss you. I miss watching Dad grade papers on the living room table. I miss the 3 of us huddled around the radio, listening to the Silver Shroud. Dad, you were right about what living underground would really be like. 25 years locked in with the same people was a challenge. But watching them pair up, get married, have children, well, I think I got to know a little bit of what you and Mom were always telling me. Well, since I'm doing this whole trip down memory lane, maybe a walk over to the old high school is in order.
So that was kind of interesting. So this will be beneficial to Mike or anyone else who's watching the stream that hasn't played any previous Fallout games before. I'm noticing a lot of throwbacks to Fallout 4, so this was kind of neat. So maybe she's losing it. Well, she's not maybe losing it, she's definitely losing it. She's, I think, made her way back to her childhood home. She's obviously a graduate of Voltech University, which is kind of makes sense why she also then became a overseer in a Voltech Vault. Her parents, it sounds like at least her dad was a professor. She mentioned listening to the Silver Shroud, which was a radio show that they referenced a lot in Fallout 4. It's actually a really neat quest chain where you could effectively become the Silver Shroud in costume form. Oh, Liliana! Boom! Oh, right. Liliana the Dragon. Hold on. Liliana the Dragon signing out. Bye-bye! So yes, mention of the Silver Shroud is kind of neat. I kind of like that. And it sounds like she's, quote, taking a trip down memory lane to the high school. So that's where we're going to head off to now. Mike, thanks so much for sticking around. Yeah, maybe we'll get to play a little later today. Maybe we'll get to play together tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think I am going to try and focus on team play, whereas today I'm just focusing on continuing the main quest line a little bit more. In the meantime, I know that every Red Rocket station has a stash. So let's make our way over to the Red Rocket station and deposit as much as we can so we're no longer over encumbered. Oh, rad rats. Trying to conserve ammo as much as I can. So here's that stash. So like I said, every gas station, so every Red Rocket gas station is going to have a stash in it, so take advantage of that to transfer all junk. And just like that, I am now back to 126 of 160, which is much more manageable. Oh, another one of these. Oh, nope. I lose the claw game again. Nothing yet for oh, what was that? That was a gunshot. Who the hell is shooting at me? Oh, what do we got here, little bastard? No, I didn't have a chance in hell. Oh, each subsequent higher. Boom! Headshot! I probably would never have been able to. Oh, rooftop buggy. Okay, pretty sure I had him all lined up. It's not on Xbox, it's on the TV's YouTube. So much like Fallout 4, you'll encounter these kind of locations. This is not a raider encampment, it is now a scorched encampment. Scorched, from what I gather so far, are basically raiders that have lost their mind to the point of they're no longer even articulate. But they're still very much gun capable. Whoa! You little bugger. Okay, that was... oh! And... you can hear my controller is going nuts, and the game has probably crashed. Yes, it has. This will be interesting. So, this is the second time I've encountered a crash during the entire beta, which is not bad for a beta. But this is the first time the game has crashed while I was in combat. I'm very curious as to whether I now log back in and find that I'm dead. So it is up for 2.5 more hours. I should probably take this picture again to update my loading screen. I think I mentioned this in the previous stream, but I'll just mention it again. Kind of neat. Your loading screens are the photos used in the loading screen transitions are taken from your own screenshots. I think that's a small thing, but that's kind of a neat thing. So in full release, or even now when I've got a little bit more time just to really slow down, I am hoping to take some screenshots in the game using the photo mode. And then the fun thing there is that it's then added to your loading screen transitions. It says I'm logged in. I trouble. You're online. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I've loaded back in. I'm not dead. I've just loaded kind of outside of the town. But let's go see if I can find the scorched bodies that I've already taken out. I suspect that's the high school? No, maybe not. Maybe it's a church. Here's the scorched camp again. Sixes everywhere, whatever that is. Okay, this is where I crashed. I don't see any bodies. Oh, no rest. How helpful. Oh, that's bad. Lance rifle joke. I was not keeping an eye on that. I am not used to weapons breaking mid-combat. Oh, fall damage affects enemies as well. That's kind of nice. Hold on just a moment. Alrighty then. It's Xbox technical difficulties. I really like the Kinect on the Xbox, but sometimes it is not perfect. Ooh, got that combat knife, that's kind of nice. I might switch to that for a little bit. Level 5 weapon, fast and a decent damage. It must have thought that it heard Xbox turn off. Alright, I'll be right back. And I'm back. So, if you weren't here at the start of the stream, just so everybody knows, I am a decent father, which means that as part of my streaming, it is not out of the question for me to have to BRB for a moment and look after my daughter. She's up, my wife is watching her, which is great, but my priorities are not out of order. If my daughter or my wife needs me, I will leave the stream temporarily. I don't know if you noticed that. That was kind of neat. There's a almost a reload animation for melee weapons where you kind of do a little flick thing. I like that. So, tricky thing, my favorite weapon, the hunting rifle, is now busted. So I need to find a weapons workbench to fix it. In the meantime, I have 3 rounds in my snub nose. Let's switch over the 10 mil, actually. 60 rounds in the 10 mil, that's decent. I suspect there's a weapons workbench in this scorched camp, so that's where I am trying to get into. Oh, it's not very welcoming. Jeez. Make sure there's no one sneaking up behind me. Oh, there's bad rats. You'll see the stealth effect is kicking in there. Kind of neat. Ooh, a Bowie knife, not just a combat knife. Boom! Lit you up. Not letting me pick those items up. That's right onto the leg and took it out. Okay, who else is here? Get some. That's all she wrote. Looks like I am going to be using a pipe pistol after all. Let's go pipe revolver. 18 rounds. There must be a weapons workbench in this area. Oh, 308. A single bullet. But, oh. Armor. Weapons. Brilliant. I probably can't actually use it because enemies are nearby, I'd imagine. It's not prompting me of that fact. Interesting. I guess if I choose to. Okay. I lack everything to repair it. Great, because I have to throw my camp down in order to do it. That's fine. Let's take out the last remaining enemies here first. Huh. It's not allowing me to take anything now. Oh, and now it is. Weird. Oop. What is that other guy? I can hear you. Us. room. Oh, I'm on the... and his kid's great. I've got quite the audience now. Well, hello, children. Hi, Chef. Full disclosure, I have identified this stream is for mature audiences only, but thank you for the heads up. I will try and keep myself on my best behavior. No promises made for my wife. Oh, Wonder Glue. Maybe I will actually get enough of the good stuff to repair my hunting rifle without having to throw down my camp. Although, what's kind of neat is, if I'm not mistaken, if I throw my camp down, I can kind of claim this scorched camp as my own, which is kind of neat. So let's do that. Let's try and position it right in the center of camp. So, 5 caps to throw my camp down here. It's saying it's near an existing location. It's okay, we'll just continue to fiddle until we find a good spot for it. No, still thinks it's too close. Don't hold back. Kids need to learn. Whoop. Not having much luck in the camp front in terms of trying to place the camp inside this camp, which I guess makes sense. Let's go this way. All I'm looking for is a little overlap. Let's actually see. It'll probably let me as soon as I'm out of that camp. Oh, is that what it's trying to tell me? I think it actually is showing me the circles moving from location to location. That is a 21st century mom right there. Come on! Where the heck can I place this stupid thing? Okay, now I can place it. It always seems to be on a hill, but that's where I can always place my camp. Okay, throw it down here. At this point, I might as well just make the weapons workbench here so that all of my junk is linked to my camp. My junk. Transfer, store all junk. Build. So I'm going to go over to turrets. No, I want workbenches. Stash box. I'm still trying to figure out why I would need to build a stash box if the camp is acting as a stash box, so still figuring that out. Crafting. Okay. Let's go down to weapons workbench. So needs... Okay, cool. So I can choose... So I like this variant. It sort of works there. Sure. There we go. Craft. So I don't think... Oh, right, I actually haven't learned the recipes or plans that I've picked up. So I'm going to go over to, I think it's notes. Yeah, I've got a plan for hunting rifle now, a Tinker's Workbench, Megaslaw Tenderloin, and Mutant Stew. Mutant Hound Stew. Cool. So now I need to determine if it is easier for me to simply build a short hunting rifle Definitely not. That is way too many pieces of equipment. So instead I will switch to modify, find my hunting rifle, and instead repair it. I've also put a long barrel on my hunting rifle, which took supplies, so this is way more efficient to simply repair my existing one. It doesn't look like the condition bar was affected by me taking it from absolutely broken to full condition. Some games you can really only repair the same item so much before the condition bar slowly degrades. That might still be the case, but it seems to be fine so far. I'm going to switch to modify. And now I have the resources to make it a true receiver. All that that's doing though is marginally increasing accuracy. So I'm actually going to hold off on that for now, and I don't have... Okay. So I'm not going to do that. So perforating magazine will add armor penetration, but does drop the overall condition. That's interesting. So I guess as you modify a weapon, it can really only take so many mods before it breaks very easily, because I guess that makes sense. There's so much to go wrong in that weapon, because you've modified it so much, you've brought it from its original state so much that I kind of like that. That's kind of neat. You'll see that something like that takes rank 2 of Gunsmith. I haven't even found rank 1 yet. I'm guessing that that's a perk that I will get from increasing intelligence enough, or maybe it's a random card that I find in perk packs, so time will tell. Standard sight, I can put a reflex sight on it if I wanted. Ups my accuracy quite a bit actually. I'm gonna do that because I got that board game that had the nuclear materials anyway, so let's put it to good use. No muzzle and paint jobs excite me quite a bit. I saw in the Adams shop, I forget what it's called, the shop for the in-game currency. No, in-game currency? Would you still call Adams in-game currency? Anyway, skins for weapons. I saw a camo skin for the hunting rifle. Hunting rifle has always been my favorite weapon of the entire Fallout game. As I was saying earlier in the stream, the hunting rifle, I'll get it early on in the game, and it will stick with me all throughout the game into late game content as I slowly upgrade it from the piddly little hunting rifle that I first picked up all the way to a 50 caliber anti-material sniper rifle. So, yeah. Let's also break down some of these other ones. So, right trigger for scrap. I could be saving these to sell to a vendor, but it seems like vendors are few and far between. Also, you'll just see there, I actually gain modifications when I break down weapons. So I'm slowly learning how to actually modify a pipe pistol into something quite decent. I think that the mods you break down from the pipe pistol only help you increase the efficiency of the pipe pistol. It's not like I'm going to learn a hunting rifle mod from breaking down a pipe pistol, I don't think. Still haven't figured out what the flare gun even does other than the aesthetic of just firing a flare, which earlier in my stream I fired the only flare I've come across and it actually got stuck in the sky. I don't think it was supposed to do that. So yeah, breaking down the pipe pistols did not teach me anything for the hunting rifle, but it taught me lots of stuff for this pipe pistol, so I can actually increase it to 16 there, which I might do because I'm getting a ton of 38 ammo, but I'm not getting much of any other type of ammo. And my hunting rifle, well, my hunting rifle is repaired now, so let's hold off on that just for now. Exit. Switch back to my hunting rifle now that it's fully repaired. Got that Nice little new sight on it now. Okay, back to business. Sidetrack ahoy. So that's my camp. I was about to say, why is it putting me right back to my other town? Feed the people. Oh, so the high school is actually in the next town. That makes sense, because I need to go to the airport anyway. Let's just do a quick little peruse of Sutton and see if I can find any other cool stuff. I'm going to take a little bit of food, because I'm hurting a bit. Feel free to throw any questions you guys might have into the chat. I'm wondering if those were actually scorched bodies that eventually turned into meat piles. That would make sense. Whoop, whoop. One thing I'm noticing from anyone who played Fallout 4 is you can't transfer items to workbenches that are not in your camp anymore, which probably makes a lot of sense, because if you accidentally did that and then forgot, you would probably someone else would come by and just loot that workbench and you'd never get it back. Oh, somebody else is here. Oh, no way. My buddies found me. It looks like Walter White. Okay, hold on. Oh, he's got like some sort of police uniform on. That's kind of neat. I don't know how he would have got that. Let's go into settings. Because I had turned off proximity chat. Okay. And it's not push to talk. It should... Can you just hear me now? Do the hello emote if you can actually hear me. Oh, really? Okay. Just making sure. Jump up and down if you can hear me. Oh, this is excellent. Okay. Now I'm assuming jump up and down if you don't have a microphone. Or wave if you're talking but I can't hear you. Oh. Oh, I can see the little speaker symbol show up next to your head. I didn't hear you. Oh, hello.
I do have a microphone, but I have to find it and turn it on.
Well, look at that. After we've been talking online for, what has it been, like 2 or 3 years now, this is the first time I'm hearing your voice.
Depressingly, it may be 5.
Actually, yeah, I guess because it would be Shroud of the Avatar, right?
Yep.
And that will be the last time I say that name, the name of that game in this session.
That is perfectly reasonable.
All right.
It doesn't need the advertising anymore.
Well, it's free to play. They don't need any more advertising.
I'll deserve it.
Let's take a drink of this purified water here.
So I haven't been following the stream because, well, obviously, but...
Because you're in. You're living the dream.
Yes.
Did you just want to do your own thing? Did you want to team up? Entirely up to you. I think I'm gonna do some teaming up tomorrow for the beta.
50-50.
I'm cool either way.
I'm
Most of my
suggestion.
most of my quests are pointing me to Morgantown. One thing I noticed, I teamed up almost immediately last beta session on Thursday, and I kept getting quests from the other person, which I actually found to be kind of annoying because it caused my whole storyline to jump ahead.
Oh.
So
Yeah, that...
I can appreciate if, depending on how far along, or if you're even bothering with the quests, that might be a little bit annoying for you.
I might try to catch up to you and maybe join up with you tomorrow then.
Sounds great. Well, I think I have a salute emote, but I can't find it at the moment, so instead I'm going to throw up. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Well, it was good to see you. Best of luck.
If
Stay
you're looking
safe.
for something interesting to do, there's an obstacle course north of here. Well, sorry, west really, where you see the well, it's a cryptid. It's a rooster something on the map.
Interesting. You said west from here.
Yes, not far.
Oh, I see that there's like a chicken on the map. That's where Winner 76 is.
Yep.
Cool. I'll go
There's
check.
a rather interesting obstacle course there. I didn't manage to complete it, but you can try.
Brilliant. I'm going to go check it out. Best of luck.
Alright, have fun.
You too. Take care. So an interesting thing that he mentioned was that where we're headed, there's a cryptid. Cryptid is the word that they're using to describe like a kind of a unique creature of the world. So I guess if I wasn't already blatant with the spoiler tag of this stream, this might be something that's a little spoilery if you're trying to avoid any of the cryptids and what they are, because I think there's maybe a dozen cryptids in the game, kind of unique, super cool creatures. And I actually don't know the one that he's referring to, so this should be neat. Huh. I didn't know that. There's a little bit of RNG there. Fun fact for a completely unrelated game, in The Witcher 3, loot is randomly generated. I actually didn't know that. I mean, I guess it does make sense, because the enemies are not in the exact same spot every time, so their loot being randomly generated probably makes sense. Alright, off to the obstacle course. And I'm going to switch to a weapon that has the most amount of ammo, which appears to be anything using 38. Okay, so the obstacle course is somewhere around here. I'm assuming that this path probably leads to it. Oh. Rad stag. Relatively passive. Oh, that's kind of a low roof, isn't it? Am I gonna clip my head? No, not quite, almost. Okay. Oh, this might be that first viewpoint I was talking about. So this is kind of Assassin's Creed style. You get to a high spot, and viewing locations from here, add them to your map. Or I'm crazy, one or the other. So maybe this is not one of those locations I was referring to. It seems so obvious with like the little coin-operated viewers. Oh, that might be though. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Be safe. Winner, winner, 76. Okay, this looks like one of the viewpoints I was talking about. So let's try to get to the top here and check this out. Oh, these will generally attack. Oh, this guy looks like he took a bad fall. Oh, another snub-nosed. Tumbling Joe. What an appropriate name. Huh. There's not actually any way to get up. Oh, right. This is the obstacle course. Oh god, I hope you like jumping puzzles, because we got a doozy for you today. Okay, this looks like the start of it. Oh, that was the petrified corpse site. Okay, cool, here we go. Whoa. That was definitely a turret. Okay, now it gets interesting. Oh, and that was a bit janky. I'm going to try this a few times to try and get to the viewpoint that I was talking about. If anyone finds this to be mind-numbingly boring, please just drop a message in the chat, and I will go somewhere else. Yeah, that's right. I have an audience. A live audience. This is being recorded live. Hello, audience. So far, so good. Oh god! At least I didn't take fall damage. I'll put my weapon away. I wonder if this may or may not be way more difficult to do in third person. Oh yeah, that's weird. Phew. Alrighty, I will stream for another 55 minutes and then we're going out for dinner. Oh, and I took a little bit of fall damage that time. Okay, and yeah, it looks like after this I'm not actually going to have any other checkpoints. So if I fall, I'm just going to get real good at doing this one part. Oh, goodness me. I just heard like a bit of a caw-caw, like a rooster in the distance. Oh, that was a paper bag. Oh, people drop these.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
If you need health, you can sleep in a bed.
If I... Oh, yes, good call. It's weird, eh? Like sleeping in a bed, but it being real time.
I don't know if you can access mine, but I've got a camp over here with a bed if you need to use it.
If we're in a party, I think I can. But so far the fall damage has been quite minimal.
How far have you gotten so far?
Are you saying that you weren't able to finish the obstacle course out of frustration?
It's more the fact that we're playing to a time limit.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point. Alright, I'm finished that stage, on to the next.
Each stage you finish, you should find a first aid box.
Yep, good call.
That's something.
Oh boy, this does get tricky. I'm guessing I'll clip through the string. Yep,
Won't.
okay.
You have to sort of do a, you have to sort of do a twist on
No,
those.
damn it. Good call. I'm very quickly realizing that realistically speaking, you're probably right that this might be a attempt after the game actually releases type thing.
Or when they open up the beta to full time.
Right. I am hoping that they haven't announced next week's times because they're going to make it live. Okay, so did you put down this cooking station?
Yes, I did.
Cool, so I can use that, which is kind of neat. Without even being on the same team. Cool, so it's fun tip is if you encounter any melon, make sure to use melon or to have melon, because the melon juice has a 30-minute health regen buff on it.
Well, that's nice.
It's kind of nice.
Can you use the stash that I put down?
Should be able to. Yes, I can. Store all junk. Thank you. Interesting that the turret you put down is actually a level higher than yourself.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna make my way over to... I'm gonna make my way to Morgantown and continue. Best of luck, take care. I see that they use the same symbol for cave or dungeon as Skyrim. I'm pretty sure that's the same one, the little mountain. Oh, a little motorcycle. Downloadable content in our future, perhaps? Basic vehicles. Wow, Morgantown is actually a decent ways away. I wonder if holstering your weapon increases your speed. Or AP drain or anything like that. Which is the same as Witcher 3? Oh, what the hell are those? Bee swarms. Oh, there's bee swarms. Are they passive? Will they attack? They're not attacking unless you attack them, but they're protecting their beehive. Oh, the cave icon is the same as Witcher 3. Ah, good call. Maybe that's why I thought it was familiar. I've played Witcher 3 way more recently than Skyrim. And I'm thirsty again. Not sure if you heard that, but my wife says I drink more water in the game than I do in real life, and she's not wrong. Leave at 5:30? Or be there for 5:30? I'm going to stream for another 10 minutes, and then we're going out for dinner. Change of plans. Slocum Joe's. I remember hearing something about Slocum Joe's, although I think that might have just been another Fallout 4 thing that they converted a Slocum Joe's to a raider camp. Lead pipe, that's a melee weapon. And just so everyone knows, it is melee, it is not melee. If you say melee, you're wrong. Got some dirty water. Another neat little motorcycle. I think that's a new model. I don't remember seeing anything like that in Fallout 4. Whoa! Take it easy, Denali. We're all friends here. Hello, hello.
Shut up, bitch.
Well, that's not very nice.
Girl.
You chew really loudly. It's very immersion breaking.
Are you forgetting this thing has open mic?
Yeah. I had it turned off, but then I actually encountered someone who I knew, so I turned it back on. Strange to have a TV up on the rooftop here. Weird spot for it. Slocum Woes. $28 for a cup of coffee, is that what he's saying? Enjoy The Witcher. It is obviously a fantastic game. Ooh. Mine. Oh, abandoned mine. I thought it was minefield. So have we actually been to this mine before? I say let's take a look at this mine, and then we'll call it a night. Just ran away backwards. weapons workbench. Oh, duct tape. Hard to see, but there it is. This is a weapons workbench, so I couldn't repair it anyway. Oh, if I break down that short hunting rifle, I might learn another recipe. Right, just sort by weapons. It won't take me to so freaking long. Bowie knife isn't as effective as a combat knife. And of course, where is it? Short hunting rifle. Scrap, fingers crossed. A lined stock. So now I should be able to modify and see what that upgrades my hunting rifle with. So the aligned, oh, that's one of the best ones. Wicked. So I just need to get that gunsmith perk when I can. Slight accuracy boost, slight weight increase. But I would suspect recoil and hipfire accuracy. That just makes it look so much cooler. Oh. Well, it looks like it was meant to be. I've had my second crash for the day, the third crash of the beta so far, and that was probably a sign that I need to get going. So, thanks very much for joining the, what we are 2.5 hours, or about 2 hours, 15 minutes of beta coverage. This has been Mitch the Preacher, preaching the gospel of gaming. Tune in tomorrow. I will be streaming as much of tomorrow's beta as I can, in the hopes of also receiving some beta news for next week, where, as I was saying to Astrobia, I do hope that it goes 24/7, or at least larger than 4, 5, 7, 9 hour windows. So take care, and we will see you again soon.